Hello beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. This is your weekly actually pick a card with a Christmas ornament. So before I start, I wanted to bring your attention to these three words: celebrate, love, gratitude, because the end of the year is about all of that coming together, being bright, being merry, being jolly. And whether it's with family, with friends, I wish that for everybody this season. So have a look at each of these Christmas ornaments. We have be bright, be merry, be jolly. So if be bright is your ornament, it's card A, pile A. If be merry is your ornament, it's pile B. And if be jolly is your ornament, it's pile C. So welcome to pile A, where you chose your ornament as be bright. And your main symbol for the season is upgrades. So this is the card of things happening in your life that will bring change and lots of transformation. What's very cool about this particular card, it has actually to do with a certain type of light that's coming from, I guess, outside of the earth, that's projected into your energy system. And on Sirius, they have particular lasers to help with this. But on Earth, it's not always available. It's not available for us. Upgrades are a group thing, and you can request an upgrade on Sirius, and your energy will be examined by what is called an elevation master. And so they have, on Sirius, they have these particular lasers which will determine what type of upgrades your system needs. So if you're running at a particular frequency and it's no longer adapted to the group needs, then they can upgrade your frequency with these particular lasers. And sometimes, you know, it's because it's a group thing. If the group deems that it's not available or adequate for the group, then it might not happen. So it's kind of a group decision. So these upgrades are always carried out for the highest good of all. And so this elevation master, he will come in and assess your energy fields and see if they are serving the highest good of the community or not. And then the lasers, specific lasers, will then be programmed with particular intentions. But it's a gentle process, right? It's not a violent process. You're prepared for this. It has a whole integration, and you're supported through the whole process. So upgrades talk about a reminder and a reboot for our energy systems, and your whole being is currently undergoing an upgrade so that you can hold and express more light. So one of the ways to support this, so this group A, pal A, will be obviously this week going through some kind of a physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental upgrade. And so you can use this symbol and put it on different parts of your body or your chakras, but anywhere you need it on your body to help you with the intensity of the energies. It will help you assimilate light and any cosmic changes that you are experiencing. And one of the ways to support this is by eating foods that are easily digestible, such as fruit and vegetables, and gentle exercise and resting, and making sure that you're drinking high quality water, herbal teas. So basically you want your system, your energy systems and your body to be light, to be able to integrate and move and upgrade. So I think that's very exciting. Upgrades, I love upgrades, even though they're not easy, and I'll be the first to tell you that I don't find them easy. It's also about developing a certain flexibility in your energy systems to go with what is being asked of them. So clearly this group is going to, at a soul level, at a group level, at a community level, your energy needs to morph into something else. And so you're going to be taken probably by your guides, but also I'm going to say by a group of light beings. And my intuition about this is that you'll be upgraded at night in your sleep. So make sure you go to sleep early. And make sure that you ground back in the next day. You might feel yourself floating overnight. Something I'm being asked to share with you as these light beings work on you overnight. So make sure that you go to bed early, that you don't eat too much at night, so that your system isn't like running on heaviness. By that I mean the later you eat, the more your system is actually processing and digesting late until the night. And so your liver and your gallbladder and then your other two organs, which are the lungs and the large intestine, can't do what they're supposed to do. Like it's like you're preventing your body from being upgraded in many ways. So make sure you eat earlier. 5 o'clock would be good, and you eat stuff that's easy to digest this week. The other thing is like, because you're going to be upgraded at night, and this is a soul request, by the way, so this is what your souls are asking for. You can actually tell them just before you go to bed what you'd like to be upgraded on, what you're struggling with, where you're being held back, where you would like a new vision maybe, that kind of thing. So you might want to every night, if you do it for 7 days in a row, say that you're okay with this, you're grateful, show your gratitude, and say, this is what I need help with this week. This is where I'm struggling. This is what I don't want to bring with me into 2026. This is where I've really lost a lot of my energy, my faith, my whatever it is this year, and this is what I want. And then just let it go and say thank you. So think about what upgrades you're needing. You will get upgrades that you won't be aware of, because within your conscious mind you might not know what it's about. That's absolutely fine. Just be open to whatever it is that wants to come into your field and what upgrades are manifesting for you at this time. So I'm going to pull a card. It's an animal. Well, there's this one, that one wants to come out. So you have the card of the hare. It says, discernment before a passionate encounter leads to the magic of love. So I'm assuming there's love issues coming up for this pile. So maybe finding new love, maybe transforming actual love. It talks of a transformation in the way you conceive love and the way you hold love into your body. So the energy of this card is also about traveling light, unfettered, and also to let go of worries that tether you to the past and tie you to the past. So it's about lightening and cleansing your mind, both through meditation, but also you can share your fears with others, so that you may react quickly as the future speedily unfolds. So we're talking about things moving quickly with this pile. And in a way, the quicker you can react, the more you'll avoid disaster, and you'll be able to seize opportunities. It's also an awareness of how fragile the heart can be. So one of the things you're being asked, if you have this instant attraction to somebody, or even not only as somebody, but like a project or an opportunity, you want to really connect with it on a soul level and be shown, if you go down that path. You remember, I think it was last week that I talked about it. Is it a path of expansion, or is it a path of contraction? Because you might have this like, whoa, absolute passionate reaction, but it's what happens after. Like you have that initial surge of, oh my God, I'm so in love. It's the discernment after that's actually going to pave the way for magic, right? And for the magic of love, and for love to really come in. So this palette looks like love in a big way, unexpected way. And I'm going to say it's going to follow the upgrades that people are talking about, is a possibility. Okay, and then if I get... So tea leaf for you, we have the tent, which is a temporary situation. So I'm going to say the upgrades this week, I would see them as a temporary situation. So think of it as, okay, this week is going to be like I'm camping. Everything's going to be a little skewed, a little different, so you can either glamp it, or you can make it a more difficult experience than it needs to be. Just be super flexible this week. And I'm really like, if you eat really lightly this week, you meditate, you can do sauna, you can be outside in nature. All those things help to upgrade. You're going to get some kind of a big light upgrade, energy system upgrade. I think that's pretty exciting personally. Okay, and then the second card, the second tea leaf. Any more information on this particular upgrade? We got 2. So I guess it will probably manifest in June. And maybe you planted the seeds this June, June 25, but maybe it will come to fruition in June 2026. That's the first thing. Okay, and then the other one, and they say that you're highly thought of. So don't make this an ego trip. Appreciate it for what it is. See this as the proof that your frequency, what you're putting out into the world, is doing what it's supposed to be doing. That you're putting out the right frequency, that you're very mindful of what you put out into the world, and that you're mindful that you're stepping out and that your frequency is doing the work for you. That's what I would say with this card. It's not an ego trip about whether you're doing, whether you're a good person, whether the blah, blah, blah. It's not an ego thing. This is like your frequency is aligned, and the fact that you're getting upgrade is going to reinforce this even more. Ka ashu ata ashena ka uate hunukusha awata eshi ata atana ke ishi ata iatana kashi wuta asata kashi haya asana kashi a ayate anakushi. Okay, pile A. So pile A, your frequency for the week is 31, 52, 11, 76, 75, 53, 95. It's the frequency of the upgrade card. You can take a picture of the upgrade card and have it around you, or you can wear this frequency on the left side of your body, in your bra, in your back pocket. Just wear it all week, and it will really help you both integrate the upgrades as you receive them, but it will help you actually upgrade other people around you. So if they're willing on a soul level, they will probably move in so that they have access to those energies, and you might trigger their own upgrades too. So play by ear, and this is supposed to support you. So I hope this helped. Pile A, have a good upgraded week, and yeah, this is ahead of the solstice, so this is perfect timing. Have a beautiful week. Hello, pile B. If you chose the Be Merry Chick Christmas ornament, this is your card. And your message this week is about a strong immune system. So this makes me think that a few of you are either sick or are going to be sick or are struggling to recover from something. And you should probably be focusing on strengthening your immune system. So taking the right supplements to do that. And slowing down probably. I know the season is crazy for everybody, but slowing down, resting, lightening your load, both in terms of what you need to do, but also in terms of food. Like, give your body a chance to recover and to strengthen. One of the things everybody's doing in my family is that we're wearing patches, defense patches, to keep us strong. So that's something you could think about. I use the kind patches, but there are other patches out there. Whatever it is that rocks your boat is good for me. In my pack, the strong immune system has to do with how strong your energy systems are. Actually, how well connected your soul is within the energy system, how securely it's attached, and how well it communicates with your systems. So the more dense you have, like the more you like alcohol, heavy foods, it kind of doesn't create a disconnection, but it kind of muddies the water between what your soul wants and how the rest of your body works, because it's a partnership, So how much you can actually hear of is actually kind of, muddy though. It becomes very muddy. So if you can't listen to the soul, it's very difficult to move forward. And if your soul feels well loved and supported by the energy systems, then you have a strong immune system. Whereas, if it's dense and static, like if you become very static, you eat too much, you drink too much, then it's very hard to provide adequate support. So some of the things that are recommended: clear your aura, weave your aura with figure eights, choose and be mindful about what you allow in and out of your field. This feels like a broken record in terms of what I'm saying. Be very selective about what you put on your body. Try and use as clean products as possible. To have a strong immune system, you need to have vibrant energy system. So make sure that you bless your energy, you bless your energy system and keep them very pristine. So if you feel very stagnant and heavy, you can tap your thymus gland. You can also tap your spleen 21 point, which is an acupuncture point. Make sure that, once again, we're going back to the what was said in with pile A, make sure that you eat nourishing food, that you drink water, and you detox. So, sauna, steam room, walking. So this is like, I'm not going to say you're going to be ill, but it's a possibility. And so if you don't want it to become a reality, you're really strongly encouraged to use the symbol, put it on your body so that it can kind of charge up it's like a booster. This would be like the patches I'm talking about. So if you feel run down, you're coming down with something, use this and boost yourself up. And it's like, think of your soul, like what is it that your soul is needing, because this is also a cry out from your soul. Asked for an animal card in relation to the strong immune system. So we have the wild boar, and it says, whatever tradition or others expect of you, only be true, be yourself, be true. Only to yourself be true. So this kind of reinforces a card that says, put your soul first and make sure that your energy system support your soul, because otherwise, the density, that makes it very difficult to hear it, and also it's not supporting your soul. Well, this kind of reinforces that, especially at Christmas, where we have a lot of family obligations. How could you make it more about, instead of pleasing everybody and not enjoying it, how can you make it about a moment where you really let your soul shine? And to do that, the easiest way to do that is actually to lighten your load, like energetic load, and be mindful about what you eat. And I'm going to say to you, if you do drink alcohol, if you eat healthy meals, one of the things you can do is bless your food. Bless it so that it supports your soul, bless it so that you digest it easily, bless it so that it creates connection with people. You can put the intentions in that food, even though it's probably not the best food. You can, by blessing it and praying over it, you can actually change it so that it supports you. I think that's really something to think about, because otherwise you're going to be weighed down, and it's like your soul is like already like screaming for help. So the message of wild boar is, if you allow society or individuals to dictate the part you play in life, constant friction between outer persona and inner desire will cause stress, deep unhappiness, and with time, resentment. If your role is a sham, then your relationships with others will also be false. Boar counsels that you be true to yourself, so that you may in turn be true to others. So, message from your soul: don't abandon your soul, and to stay very connected to your soul, and to hear your soul. Make sure that you lighten your load. And if you do eat a heavy meal with alcohol and whatever, and carbs, or whatever it is that you're going to eat that will trigger your body, go out for a walk, go get fresh air, move. There are all sorts of things that you can do. As I say, bless your food, move, play, joy, all those kind of things just will help you integrate that energy so that you don't lose that all-important connection. So I got the leg, stepping into a new experience. So you could see this way of connecting with your... So we had the leg card, stepping into a new experience. I think this is an encouragement for you to see like these moments as a new experience. Like, what if the awareness of what you bring actually could change the whole experience? And by that I mean, like, when you start getting sluggish and you can see how it's affecting basically the vibrancy of your soul, but how you connect with people, all these things that we eat and drink, and they really affect how we connect, what we say. And I think that if we really pay attention to how much of our soul is actually shining through these simple things, then you could have a whole new experience of yourself, but also of your connections with the world. Because the other tea leaf that I pulled is good luck. So something to think about. I'm not telling you don't drink. I'm not telling you don't eat. I'm not telling you all that. I'm saying let's approach this differently. Your immune system is struggling. It's going to be struggling this week. You know, think ahead, plan ahead. There's somebody had recommended these salts, like I think they're called mustard salts. And you can put them in your bath, like if you start feeling under the weather. So use the symbol, use the frequency, which I will give you, and think of, you know, the whole point of this is that you go out into the world and that you emit the frequency of your soul, right? So if you're not feeling great, how that impacts everybody and everything around you. And so it's a bit about accountability, but it's also like a sweet warning, like, hey, slow down, eat better, drink water, detox, and don't forget to bless everything, because when you bless, you can really transform something into something beautiful as opposed to something heavy and murky and muddy. So something to think about. Esha ua saka ua na eshi a ua te ki a ua ne ua saka shi wata kaneki ishiwi asi a tunaka ua she akana iaki ua te ne ishi akashi wata ashakana aya kashi usuneka we ashakua tene eshina ayanaka usu ukushi ata uatanake eshiwa. Okay, so the frequency that goes with this card, 75, 54, 77, 95, 197, 76, 96. So wear it on the left side of your body, in your bra, in your back pocket, so that you also broadcast a strong immune system. And by doing that, you actually kind of extend it to other people. You know, instead of extending germs, why don't we extend a strong immune system? This is what you want to be broadcasting. A strong immune system, a strong connection to your soul, and a transformational space when you connect with people. Instead of dragging them down, you just kind of lift them up. So I wish you I'm going to say a strong immune week. And yes, go out there and allow people to have a different experience of what this could be. A lot of the time, and I'm not asked to say this to you, a lot of the time when you start feeling sick, it means that you're disconnecting from your soul, but also that your body is just too, it's muddy, like the energy systems have become way too heavy. And you need some form of autophagy, like your cells need to die, etc. So you need to create the conditions for that to happen so that your strong immune system can come back on board. So have a beautiful, beautiful, healthy, and I'm going to say glorious week. So hello, pile number C, or pile C. If you chose the Christmas ornament Be Jolly, this is your pile. And your card is the Vortex card. Now this makes me laugh because I've had this card 3 times in different ways or forms with clients this week. It was also in yesterday's pick a card in one of the options. So the vortex symbol is actually kind of a powerful one, and when it comes up, I'm always encouraged to tell people to use the symbol to create a vortex in their environment. So it means you could create one outside if you can copy the symbol, and I know it's kind of complex, but you might be able to. Some people are just really good at that. I'm just not. Somebody I know actually made a copy and put it outside somewhere, and so it attracts things to you, but it's also a place where you can recharge yourself. As a starseed, as a light being, we're all sensitive, and so the vortex card really allows you to recharge. Specifically, well, there are some earth vortexes, but in this case they are Sirius energy, for Sirius constellation energy, or any other starseed or star galactic you resonate with. This would be, you know, a way in. And ultimately, this is what I was telling a client this week, is that you ultimately will become the vortex. When you're able to recharge using the vortex, then you become a vortex yourself for other people. So it's the same idea, you know, you become the frequency of what it is that people need, and you just don't need to do anything. You just are the frequency. All you have to do is to emit it. So it's actually a really cool card, and considering it's come up so many times, I've been thinking that I need to do some more work with this particular card. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that I need to tell. So vortices are energetic places that carry, in this particular case, the frequency of Sirius, and they're sacred sites that were created by starseeds to help them tap into the energy of Sirius to charge yourself up and to achieve a cosmic level up. So your card also ties in with the card that was in pile A, which is upgrade. And because Earth can be so challenging for starseeds and for light beings, these vortices are places where you can go, you can tap in and get resources and communication and connect back with home. And so there are many, many vortices and sacred places that are built on vortices for this reason, and they're everywhere on Gaia. And you can find them in lots of different places. Like a lot of the churches are built on vortices, not necessarily Sirius vortices, but they are built on ley lines and grids and all these very sacred energies. And some are portals that can be shared with other stars and constellations. So you're guided to go to a vortex right now, I think, and it could literally be going to sacred stones, to a forest, to actually sacred sites like a Sedona, or even going to like a church. Churches are so sacred, and you can just sit in a church and allow it to recharge you. And don't forget to put that intention, right? And so it's because it's a place of power. It's a place where energy gathers. It's a place where you can really be cleared and upgraded as long as you put that intention, right? You can really connect with it. And this card also encourages you, as I said early on, to create a vortex at home, in your garden, or even in like your office, or a place that's sacred to you. And you can ask to have it activated. And don't forget, to make a donation to express your gratitude when you do that. So I would definitely put this symbol on your body. It will help with any upgrades. It will help when you feel run down, or even when you feel a little lost, like you're not really sure where you're going, you lack clarity. This one would really help. And this is particularly useful when life feels bleak, or you're homesick, or you need a cosmic up-leveling. And I would really encourage you to create this symbol in some way or form, and have it somewhere where, and just really use it on your body. Like, what is it that your body's needing, and connect back home. So it's as I said, it's come out so many times this week. So I'm really paying attention to this symbol this week. This is the one I'm going to be like, okay, clearly my house needs a vortex, and I need a vortex. So this is something I'm gonna put some energy into. So let's see what animal would really like to show up and support the vortex. Okay, we have the card of the deer. Take note of the messages in whispers and secrets adrift on the breeze. So it could be that as you're using this card of vortex on your body, or that you're going to get some particular answers, or some particular messages, or things that you actually couldn't see or hear before. It's like it's opening up a channel, a vortex within you. Theory here is around how alert and gentle and have like extra keen senses the deer is, and so they're asking you to be really aware of maybe part of a conversation, or a smell, or something that you're picking up on. It's also the energy of forgiveness, and asking for forgiveness and being forgiven, and fostering mutual love and regeneration. So maybe that's an intention that you could put when you use the vortex and the vortex symbol. These two fall out. We have the V victory in some endeavor. So I think this will really help you in terms of manifestation. And I got this one actually. This one fell out and I put it back in. So they really want me to tell you. So when you have unclear thinking, muddled, the vortex symbol can really help you. So for all of you in this pile, it's time to set up your vortex, your own personal vortex, connect it to your star system, connect it to the earth, and set it up and be creative. I don't think you can get it wrong. And as I say, you can take a picture of this and put it at the center, and then maybe create a grid around it, and then really connect with it every day. I think that there's a lot of strength and power and energy and answers that can be really gathered from your vortex. And, it's going to support you, and it will support you when you feel unclear and muddled, lost, which is kind of where I've been these last few weeks. I'm like, I really don't know what direction I'm going in, and I'm just moving, right? Because I don't have a sense of the whole picture. And so what I'm understanding by that is the vortex could actually really help me in terms of understanding a little bit better where I'm heading, as opposed to just taking like the step in the dark, which is what I'm doing right now. Kushu awa ase akashu ata aneke uuishi a ayata usu akana uate eshi wa ta ka uishiniki riti a ayane akashu ate asa ashia naka shi uate a shi atu akara uana heshi a tusuzu kuwata nekeshu. So the frequency for the vortex card, 1512651959695. Wear it on the left side of your body, in your bra, in your back pockets. I mean, I know some people actually write it on their skin. Yeah, you could do that. I mean, you can do it however you want, as long as you're putting it on the left side and you broadcast it once again. You become then the vortex, and you are giving access to people through your energy field to what that could mean for them, whatever they need. You know, I think the whole thing I'm trying to get through with the work I'm doing is that as long as you step up and become the frequency, there's nothing for you to do and everything to be. You're broadcasting a frequency, and people who need it will be pulled in, and you'll be impactful without actually doing very much. And so you don't even need to think about what you need to do. You just need to show up and blend and mingle and go out into the world. But what your energy and your frequency is doing is giving people who are not maybe open or don't understand, or for who it's very complicated, you're giving them access to energy, frequency, information, because it's all information, that will percolate and make sense to them, but you don't have to do anything. And so I think there's real value in doing that, especially now that there's so much polarization. And remember this, you're not taking away people's free will. You'll pull in the people who resonate on a soul level, and those who are not ready or who are closed, they'll receive it, they'll see it, but they might not do anything with it, and that's fine. That's not your prerogative. Okay, so pile number C, I hope that helps. Set up your vortexes in your houses, and you know, I think you can have as many as you want, as long as you give them each a clear role. Use the symbol, use the frequency, and have a beautiful week. And if all of this helps, please subscribe to my channel.